Hi, everyone. It's Samarah Grace, and it is 1/1 of 2024. Woo! Take a breath, take a breath, take a breath. It's been a wild ride through 2023. And so tonight I'm curious too what Mother Mary will be able to tell us about 2024 and what's coming up and how we can maybe experience it with a little more ease. Maybe she'll tell us where the seatbelts are. I don't know. I've been channeling Mother Mary. This will be my 25th year. And the information is always, for me, and for those who seem to enjoy her wisdom, it's always about love, but it's kind of about how to navigate this 3D world, which is not always full of love, and still be able to be loving within yourself. So I record these every month, and they're on both YouTube and on my Facebook page, Mother Mary Messages. I'm so happy to see so many of you online with me tonight, but please feel free to share the videos. I think that Mother Mary's messages always bring a sense of hope and possibility, and that's what I'm all about. Tonight, I'm in Colorado at my dear friends Chris and Fred's house. I've been here for a while. And then next week, I fly to Hawaii. And then I come back. And then in February, I'm taking a road trip with Chris, and we're going to be stopping in a number of places, including Hot Springs, to see my dear friend Joan. So lots and lots going on this year. I haven't traveled really a lot since COVID, but Mother Mary said it's time to get back on the bus. So I'm ready. So take a breath, feel your heart, and listen to what Mother Mary has to say on 1/1 of 2024. Well, hello, hello, hello to all my beloveds. I think first and foremost, I want to say, breathe, breathe, breathe. Because although there has been so much going on, many of you have diminished the oxygen level in your body. Because when you're full of activity, when you're running from here to there, making meals, getting presents for Christmas or Hanukkah or whatever, what starts to happen is you shortchange the oxygen level in your body. And what happens then? A little bit like your car running out of gas. You start to operate on fumes. You are not receiving the oxygen that you require. And so I just tell you tonight and every day, breathe. If you can, make yourself a cup of beautiful tea or whatever your favorite beverage is. If you can, sit under a tree. We have a lovely plant here in our Reiki room here. But why is breath important? Breath is what connects you to God, to all of us, to nature, and to yourselves. Without that, truly, you are less than competent to navigate the challenges that perhaps are coming your way. With it, no problem. No problem, because what the breath does, you're breathing in the light of God, you're breathing in the beauty of nature, you're allowing every cell in your body to be activated with that life-giving richness of oxygen. And also you're slowing down. You're slowing down. And when you do that, what now happens is that the heart and mind and the body all have a capacity far greater than you had when you were running around doing whatever you felt you had to do. So breathe. The next thing I want to say is that this is the year of manifestation. Yay! I know you're all like, oh my goodness, I've been walking and praying and doing everything. Why hasn't it manifested? Well, the short answer, and perhaps it's not as short as you would like, is that the matrix of the Earth's grid requires a certain amount of light to manifest projects that are coming from the light. a little like breath, right? It's hard to see in the dark. Well, there's been a lot of darkness in the world simply because people were not paying attention to the light. I'll just put it that way. They were paying attention to other things. So in this process of manifestation, number one, I said breathe, and I mean it. I mean it so deeply, to just relax and breathe and feed your bodies, B-O-D-I-E-S, your spiritual body, your emotional body, your mental body, and your physical body. Because now what you're doing is you are allowing that system that really Spirit has given to all of you, this impeccable system of connecting above, below, and within, and then without, then outside, right? Because if you want to see something outside of you, first you have to create the energy within you that is a match for that. How do you do that? Well, again, I'm going to try to simplify it for our lovely first of the year class. But the first step is really, you must ignite your own light. How do you do that? The breath, nature, beautiful meditation, music, yoga, you all know what those things are. And if you are not allowing the time that it takes to do that, again, you're trying to navigate the 3D world with your wonderful project or idea that is not in 3D. You are not fully allowing that because your system is starved of oxygen, starved of spirit, starved in many cases of joy. So the short answer is breathe and then connect, right? Awareness, breath, connection, right? Awareness. What am I doing? Do I really need to be online right now? Do I really need to run to the grocery store one more time? Maybe you do. Maybe you do. But awareness. Am I breathing? Am I allowing? Am I connecting? Am I choosing to be who I came to be? Full of light, full of love, full of joy. So that awareness will stop you and remind you to breathe. When you do that, you're filling the system, right? And then you can connect all of the dots, all of the dimensions, and manifest. The other key thing is to be both honest and vulnerable. And what I mean by that is to be able to tell at least some of your friends or family, this is the year I'm manifesting this. And I only want you to tell the people that will say, absolutely, I'm with you 100%. No naysayers, right? And why is that important? The earth, in a way, is in a place of stuckness in some ways. You see lots of things happening, but it's also quite stuck, right? It's quite stuck because it's like everyone says, well, someone should do something about homelessness and someone should do something about, whatever. Well, you're the someones. You're the someones. And so whatever your idea, whatever your project that you want to manifest, whether that's a wonderful project for the earth, whether that's planting vegetables to be consumed, it doesn't have to be huge. But along with the breath, along with the attention and awareness, along with the connection and the choice, always remind yourself to ask, is this mine to do? And this has to be done without ego. And that's, I know, challenging sometimes. Is this mine to do, or is this for someone else? Because the world right now has any number of projects that need to be manifested. I don't think anyone will argue with me about that. And so some of them are going to be for other people. We want you to have yours. What's yours to manifest? And how do you know if it's yours? First you ask, is this mine? If it feels both exciting and a little bit terrifying, it's probably yours. It's probably yours. If it just feels weighty, sort of like, well, that would be a good idea, but there's not a spark, it's either not for you or it's not yet for you. Because the spark really is, I guess I would say, a message from spirit. The spark is your higher self or your soul self or your soul chakra connecting with your physical being in this time and place and saying, yes, this is for you. And so when that starts to happen, now it's like building a wonderful fire that's going to last a while. You need fuel, you need air, and you need to be able to tend to it with whatever time that project might take. So this is the year of manifestation. The breath will serve you. The breath will serve you. I can't say it enough. The breath will serve you. Breathe in the light of God. Breathe in the beauty of nature. Breathe in compassion, kindness, etc. Fill yourself, because now the distance between that fullness and your manifestation is like that, like a snap. But if you're empty, if you're tired, if you're weary, if you're worried, the distance grows greater, because you cannot manifest something if you don't have the heart and the mind and the fuel to last through the process. So, will there be obstacles? Hello, it's Earth. So how do you overcome the obstacles? You keep breathing and asking, is this mine? Please bring to me or help me with whatever the next steps might be. You get on the phone or the email or the Zoom or whatever, and you tell like-minded, open-hearted, loving people, I feel a little stuck here. I'm trying to do this. Any ideas? Or just send me some light, help me with that. Why is that important? Okay. If you look at the earth right now, there is an embedded, I'll just call it crustiness of the old ways, right? They don't want to change. They don't want to give it up. They don't want to have you take some of their goodies or their power or whatever. So there's a crustiness. And so we have here on earth right now millions of beautiful people like yourselves, light workers of every description in every country. However, without connecting in some manner or fashion, it's difficult. But I promise you, they are out there. So if you just begin to sort of look around and say, gosh, I'm working on this, any ideas, or do you know anyone that this would be important to or helpful to? And so it is that aspect of allowing yourself to be a bit vulnerable. And I know that's not always comfortable, but it's honest. It's honest. And this too is the frequency that is trying to make its way into the hearts and minds of humanity. Just simple honesty. And believe me, I am not talking about politics. I'm talking about people being able to be honest and vulnerable with each other. And again, as I've said in the past, I do not want you to put yourself in harm's way or argue with people that have conflicting points of view. That's not what I'm talking about. But there are people who share your dream. I promise you, there are people who share your dream. And when you allow yourself to share that in the right environment and with the people that care about you, they will help. whether it's just sending energy, which is not just, but sending energy, or knowing someone, introduction, etc., etc. So in this year, how do we manifest through the crustiness, right? With light and breath and love and honesty and compassion. And so a couple of times ago, it might have been last time or the time before, I offered a suggestion to just put in your mind, what would Jesus do? And again, you can fill in someone else if that's not your person that you think of in that way. But when you think of it in that way, you start to see yourself in a leadership position. And of course, he had no political office, no certificate on the wall, nothing like that. But when you start to think about, how could I take some action? Who could I speak to? How could I bring some kindness or compassion to the situation? You don't feel stuck anymore. You've taken back the power that's within all of you to just be a person of kindness and compassion and possibilities. So what are the possibilities for 2024? They are magnificent. They are magnificent, because the amount of light that has been pouring onto your planet, into each of you, and through the various modalities and groups that you all belong to, shared in that way. There is enough light right now, to manifest many of the dreams that have been stalled for a very, very long time. And the caveat is to understand the government will not provide. So you just let it go. Just let it go. The people that are in office, many of them might have been well-meaning at some point in life, but not anymore. The strictures and the crustiness and the convolutedness of almost all political situations right now means that you can't even call and get someone to talk to about your issue, never mind have them make a change. So it is the time of the people, the power of the people. And some of that, yes, is voting out someone who's a rogue and who shouldn't be there. That's fine. But to realize, I'm able in my community with my friends and my family and my group to make a difference. And I'm not going to wait for the government to create something to let that happen. And so you think, some time ago, Billy and I were talking about her idea for a community garden. And then it changed a little bit to a food supply place of some kind. And it might change again. But when you start to have the conversations with people, that's what happens. You have a certain idea, and then you begin to talk to some others that share a dream like you have. And they think, well, what about this? And you think, oh, that's kind of a good idea. So it's important also to have some flexibility in how it might unfold and how it might unfold. So it is the year of manifestation. It is the year of remembering to breathe. It is the year of being vulnerable sometimes and asking for people, asking other people for help or support. But it's also the year you roll up your sleeves and you say, okay, let's go. Let's go. When I told Samarah she would be doing all these travels, she was like, that's a lot of traveling. And then, of course, she said, let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Because every time you, as a light worker being, meet another light worker being, whether it's in person or on Zoom or however it is, the filament that connects all of you becomes greater. I wish I could paint that for you, but just think about it. The filament that connects you isn't just a little thin nothing. It becomes stronger and stronger and stronger. And so now, as you know, at the end of our gatherings, we always pray, for each other and the goodness of the world. That's beautiful. But just also imagine getting together in whatever venues work for all of you. And like Martin Luther King Jr. said all those years ago, imagine I have a dream, right? This is something Samarah will be starting. She didn't even know this till tonight. Here we go. Later this month. It's the I Have a Dream group. And I may come in from time to time, but it's really all about allowing each of you that would join, of course, to share something, and for the others to hold that dream with you, and perhaps to help, or perhaps again to send energy to it. But it's again, it's the I Have a Dream time. Did he get to see his dream, Martin? No. He sees some of it now. He's proud of what he did. He wishes more had happened. But again, there's a long arc of history, as they say. But it does bend toward justice. And so it is time really to just begin to do that, to have these conversations honestly and vulnerably, where you say, I have a dream. And that's how they manifest. Because a dream comes, these kinds of dreams, from spirit, from your higher self, and really from the promise that each of you made before you came. And that dream has been held inside of you and has been informed by whatever curriculum life has put you through. And now it's time to birth it. 2024 is what many call an 8 year. And as you know, the 8 is the infinity. As above, so below, as within, so without. So what's within you is a dream. And it might be a project. It might be something else. But if you don't give voice to it, if you don't bring energy to it, if you don't roll up your sleeves, when you do come home to us, we'll still love you, we'll still greet you, but you'll be like, oh, I guess I could have done that. But, let go of all those buts. They don't serve you. You are the sons and daughters of God. Feel that. You are the sons and daughters of God. And as Jesus said, all that I do, you can do and more. So this is the time for courage. This is the time to roll up your sleeves. This is the time to say, why not? Why not? I want to be in this development of all that can unfold this coming year and the years to come. So that when you do come home, you can kind of look back over and gaze at the trail of light that you left. You can see the smiles on those that were touched by your love. You'll feel the warmth and you'll be proud. And that's what I want for all of you. No more hiding. No more excuses. No more wishing the government or the lottery or whatever would do something. It's time for you to do something. So we are with you. When I say we, Mother Mary is not alone. We are with you. We are in you. You have all the mightiness of heaven within you. And so breathe, connect, ask what is mine, see what lights up, and then roll up your sleeves and say, yes, it's time. It's time. And we are there with you, cheering with you, helping you to connect to those that would be helpful to you and vice versa. It can be a wonderful year. The best is yet to come. But it's for you to make it the best. Your love, your clarity, your joy, your compassion, your willingness. I love you all so much. I'm wishing the best for each and every one of you. Don't wait, create. Much love from Mother Mary on 1/1 of 2024. Just stop the video now.